How's it going, guys? Back out here. We are fully guide coded. I'm going to work on this on the stand because I see no reason why. At this point, I have to bolt it on the car. Doesn't exactly twist and flex, and what I'm working on isn't really going to matter. I'm really concerned about this body line, not the outer part where it makes the turn. Okay, I think I'm going to find some high spots in there, which were a problem, but we'll get into that in a minute. I'm letting this stuff set up. Let's dry. This is what I got so far. I don't know what I'm putting the camera at. Everything's looking good so far. If you follow this line is straight, and I'm only giving this a light block, and there are spots where you see speckles still, like right here. Well, the camera's going to pick up on it. This is just the first initial light block. There was enough on here for me to hit this twice. I did it on purpose. Okay, but that tells me the work I did in here is good so far. I don't know if you guys remember, I did a patch on this Fender. I'd have to reach behind to see where it is. It's somewhere in the zone. Okay, somewhere from like here to here. And it was on the top of the Fender and it rolled down. It was cut in because the guy before me mounted mirrors on here like it was a presidential limo. Okay, and that fractured the stuff. In 78, there's no little fender wells, so they spray it with that thick crap like they do inside of a door. That's why a door rots. And it fractured and pushed it down, and this was my daily driver for 9 years. I don't even know at this point. Through salt and weather, I mean every day. This was the only car I had. So we noticed some blistering up under the mirror when I pulled it off. Well, the mirror was gone. And noticed some blistering. And I said to Junior, that's going to be worse than you see. He goes, no, Dad. And we stripped it down, and there was a couple of pinholes, but there was surface rust, deep surface rust coming down in that area. So I cut the whole thing out and hand formed a patch. And when I welded it in, I didn't come into this area, but the heat transferred here. And if anybody remembers, I had to sit here and shrink the fender and hammer and dolly it down because it came down into one of these areas. I don't remember where, which is good that I don't remember where. That makes it easier. So that turned out good. I only went to like right here was my half round. This from here to like here. Okay, across this section at least is done with a normal block, my thin door block, and then this whole section here was done with a flat block, except for the well. Right, same here. This was all done with a flat block. So was this. So was this. And if you sit there and hold the metal, we should be good. Okay, there you go. There's a high spot. There's a high spot. Those are the two I'm looking for that I seen or felt or whatever you want to word it. So let's see if we have enough to make that into something, or if we're going to be doing more work. So, yeah, that's why I blocked right there right away. Taking it slow and easy. This could be the difference between putting another coat on here just to sand it off, or another coat on here to go for final. Okay, so this is my light pass. See the stamping, the way they stamp it high, and then you get the low spots. A little low right in here. We didn't do down in here yet. So the quickest way to get rid of that, just get a piece of sandpaper and use your finger. But you know how that's gonna look. So the quickest way and the right way sometimes aren't equal. So like this is just touch. This will come right off. I'm not worried about up there. My concern is from like right here to here. So let's work on it slow. Now you gotta remember, this fender has a bow out, it has a curve this way, and it has a curve that way. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. If you get too aggressive with the block, you're gonna be digging in all over the place. But you gotta stay with something. I'm using a narrow block at this point. So anything you can really do in there, because a full-size block, which I'm sitting next to me here, would overhang the top of this curve, and I would just bite right into it constantly. And then this half round would be unsanded and leave me like a hump. And sometimes you pick that up in the paint, even if you sand it out. If you ever seen a car, you look at it from the side and you say, it's not wavy, but the paint just doesn't look right. It looks like it's in layers. That's usually why. Okay, here's what we got. You guys see guide coat. I went up around the top, made it to about mid-center of this fender. I know there's no body work even past there. To the end, to right there. I did it. I got rid of all the guide coat. I just put a very light guide coat right there. I just want to whack it again. Now, there's no guarantees that that's perfectly straight. There's no guarantees there won't be a little wave in it. There's no guarantee. Only thing I'm guaranteeing is there's no lumps. And that this line is the best I can make it. You know what I mean? Like I said, the line isn't perfectly straight. The line humps up and does all sorts of factory shit that I have no control over. I never moved the line. So if the line goes like this, I never touched the line. So, okay. That should be good to go. Let's whack it. I'll take it. You see a little this right on the edge. I'll go back and get that now. So we're basically to here. That's where we are. Right, kind of like in the middle. So that's good. I think the only place that will be hand is maybe this little section. So, okay, that's good. Hopefully the top blocks out as good as the side. So, I'm a ball of confidence, ain't I? Well, I'm just gonna keep working to the right. I'll get that little tiny little dog spot. But that's good because when I did it that way, you see, I saw one little section and I worked it out again. So that was good. Plus this will be done one more time, but you want to get it all now. I don't really want to break through. So okay, let's keep working. Okay, that's the side. I have two little dots right there. That must be where the tail end of the Bondo is, two little pinholes. And I see something up there, but we haven't sanded up there yet. So we'll see how deep those are. These will disappear with the next sanding. But we'll see how deep this stuff is because you just get a little metal glaze and a razor blade and fill them in. It's amazing that this car lasted as long as it didn't have enough dents on it, considering it was a family car. I could just picture the lady buying it. Don't anybody dent it someday. Some idiot will be fixing it up in his garage and we gotta keep it nice. Yeah, okay. Okay, Mom, I'm moving out. But you're only 10. But you're nuts, Mom. Okay, there's a single pass, not heavy. You see the low spots. Okay, we're getting there. Still have a spot here, I'm right across here. And you can see a little bit there. And we really haven't hit over here yet. Well, we did very lightly. But there was two big spots there. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna let this dry. And I'm gonna re-guide coat over here, because I don't know what's going on at this point. See if we can get this out. Hopefully we can. But I'm gonna continue on here first, then we'll come back and re-guide coat it. VW Rich just left. Thanks for stopping by, Rich. Always a good time when I see Rich. Saw him twice this week. So, with that said, everything else is working out well. Okay, I'm gonna let that water dry. We're gonna hit the top of this fender, another guide coat. This is what I see, an area right there it's pretty much gone. Some deeper stuff here, something there, a little here, all minor. Something there, here that I don't think I'm gonna get out. I'm probably not gonna even try. I'd rather just hit that with some with a razor blade and some metal glaze, and then just one or two little areas that'll definitely sand right out. I just don't want to lose where I am. I'm blocking this way, then when I get to a certain point I'm blocking this way. Okay, because you have a curve this way but the fender's perfectly flat. So I'm trying to keep it so when you look across the hood it's going to be flat on the top of the fender. But overall, I'm liking, definitely liking. So, what body work? Told you it would all block out. What were you worried about? Got a little spot right there, and two little dots there. Everything else you see is remnants of guide coat playing around, which is minute and minute. I'm not gonna work down the whole entire area for those two little spots. which is obviously something in the sanding of the Bondo. So we're gonna reapply on this anyway and call it good. So basically I guide coated the top and I reblocked it again with long strokes, like from here all the way diagonal. So the further you could push it out diagonal, the less chances of it conforming. And speed, I think, has to do with it too. Those are not lines in the bodywork, those are lines in the wiping. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm definitely happy. I think if there's anything in the bodywork, I'm not getting it out. How's that sound? So, like I said, 99% of it was done. Well, all of it was done with a block. I would say 99% of it was done with a door block. The last little oomph kick up, I was able to turn the block sideways, get most of it, but the last inch or two, I went in there with the round one with the pipe in it. Had no choice. Same with the curve right around over here. There's nothing you can do, like right in this square. Nothing you're gonna do. And this front lip was also done with that. And obviously the radius of the well. Everything else from here down to here and everywhere here was all done with the door block. Only thing we didn't block yet or do anything with is this in here, which we're gonna have to give some kind of light scuffing to anyway for the new stuff did here, but I'm not spraying it today. I'll probably spray it tomorrow and then give this place a washing. Yeah, it needs washing really bad. So we were looking at this before, this toolbox. I said, oh, I painted it. But when you wipe it with your wet finger, it's not painted. That's just how much buildup of crap there is in here. So, with that said, guys, I am more than pleased. I am more than happy. So, to me, this was going to be the rough panel on the side of the car. We got it complete. It took several hours. I'm not going to lie. I think it took longer to block sand than body work. So with that, I'm out of here. Take care, guys. Talk to you later.